All right. Thank you guys for joining us for our part two for our social media monetization. The part one that we did, I came here to help the community and teach them on how to monetize your social media. So that's what you guys are here for. So, as I wouldn't want to call myself a social media influencer, but I ended up getting coined that title. It ended up becoming a platform that I used to openly express myself. My engagement started growing, my follower count started growing, and it ended up becoming a website or a social media page that ended up monetizing. So if you guys weren't here at the last time, I'll give you a brief introduction on where I came from and who I am. For those of you guys that are live streaming in, you guys are free to chime in, ask me questions, unmute, or you guys could, I think they have the option to raise their hand or something. You can see something. Yeah, drop a comment. And so we are live streaming. And for those in the audience, if you have questions, you are more than welcome. This is not a monologue, this is a dialogue. So we can definitely engage. Okay. I want you to ask me questions. I'm offering this as an opportunity to show people a new skill. I always am, I'm never a gatekeeper on anything. I'll never forget years ago, I taught myself how to trade like stocks. I taught myself because I had no one to teach me, what day trading was or trading stocks or even how to read ticker symbols. And when I learned something, I shared it with my friends and taught them how to trade. And and I did all the research myself and then gave it to them for free. I don't gatekeep. I believe that if I eat, there's enough room at the table for us to all eat. And how this started was one day, as I think I told you ladies the story, one day I had posted on my Facebook page, and it was a little, it was a little cynical, but I had stated, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Or if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And one of our attendees who is here on Zoom, for those of you guys that are watching me live, you possibly can't see those that are also attending on Zoom. But one of the volunteers of the organization that I spearhead as the president for the Women of Global Change, she's one of our members as a paid member and a volunteer with the Women of Global Change. And she saw my post and she contacted me in the DM or text me or somehow and said, Heather, can you show us how you monetize? So I posted a screenshot of what I make on social media. And I felt after I posted it, I didn't feel right about it because I felt like I was bragging or boasting about something, and it didn't make me feel good. And I'm the type of person that if I feel like something is not right, I immediately, for me as a Christian, I call it the Holy Spirit. For others, they call it their gut reactions, but for me, it didn't feel right. I felt like I was boasting, and it felt like that it was a post that was sort of conceited, and that's not what I intended it to be. And so I removed it, archived it, or whatever. But people saw it. So she asked me, can you show me or the community on how you did this? So in the last class, I explained my story. For all of you guys, everybody in here has social media, right? Okay. The branches of social media, you guys should and most likely have Facebook, Instagram. Those are the two you guys have? Mm-hmm. What about YouTube? Mm-hmm. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. What about TikTok? Yes, I have it, but okay. And Threads and Twitter? Threads and Twitter, or now formerly now X. Okay. Okay. So all of those, and now Snapchat is also monetizing as well. So what is monetization? Monetization is where you make money posting. That's why I said if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. I don't post selfies for your likes. I don't post videos for your likes. I post it for your views because that's how I get paid. So I have a system that I had explained to the last class that I did a community event just here a few weeks ago. And I explained my system. And it's my own system. Okay. Now, everybody has this thing called a niche. Okay. So you have my niche is evangelism or Christian inspired post. Okay, that's my niche, but that's not my only niche, but that is my niche. As an example, um, I am I like outdoor stuff, so I like riding motorcycles. I like jet skiing. I like boating. I have two Cane Corsos. Some people know them as cane Corsos, but the right term is Cane Corso. So I like big dogs. And so there's other aspects of Heather Rise that's outside of ministry. Okay. And I share those stories. And so there's certain things that I share that pulls you in. So I'm not about to beat you for my niche, beat you over the head with just Christian word, just constantly beating you over the head with the Bible. You'll see a couple of things. Next to you, you'll get a selfie of me. And then the next thing after that, you'll get something funny. Maybe somebody like a meme of people in the church, saying, catching the Holy Ghost on some nonsense, it's something that's funny, like a Christian inspired meme or a Christian inspired joke. Or you might just see me on my jet skis or whatever the case may be. So I give you a differentiation of my personality. The reason being is, and this is what you should do, is it draws people's attention in. Do you have that one person on Facebook or Instagram that every time you see them, you just scroll? You just pass them up. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know what they're talking about, or you already know. But if they change some things up, basically, about what they do, it'll catch your attention. So these are the techniques that I decided to teach you guys as to what it is to change up your social media presence, and to find your own niche. If you're interested in, becoming a social media influencer or building your brand. So my name is Heather Ella Rise, but Heather Ella Rise is my brand, and I branded myself. And so looking at what you do and how you want to grow, social media is the way to go. We no longer spend money on print ads and newspaper to run newspaper ads and magazine ads like we did 20, 30 years ago. Now it's all through social media. Growing your business is always going to be through social media. I have this one shirt that I had just bought the other day, and it says Pepsi. It's the old Pepsi logo with Michael Jackson when he was on tour in 1988. And I saw it on Instagram. Now, when I went to that person's page, I didn't care for their website. It didn't look right, So your first presence, I ended up buying it, but I found it through another vendor, and it just came the other day. But your presence online is your business. For me, my business is my face and my voice, because that's what I do. Somebody else's presence or their business could be, whatever business that you have. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have, but I'll show you exactly how to pull out your niche. So as an example, you have Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
You have Instagram, you don't have Facebook.
I have both.
You have both. Okay. And
just not active.
You're not active online. But you want to have a social presence. Yeah. Okay. And what is your business?
I do motivational speaking, but I do have a nonprofit besides that. But the motivational speaking and my book and talking about real life and real detail, that's kind of what I like to do.
So your business is your voice and what you do on, like, so you said motivational speaking, and what else?
I'm writing a book, but I also have a nonprofit besides that.
Okay.
I work with kids who, are underprivileged. I'll say that.
So your story is sort of like mine. I'm writing a book as well. And I do things for the community on a nonprofit basis. And I don't consider myself a motivational speaker. I'm an evangelist, but so we almost the same. We both speak.
It's still inspired by the Holy Spirit.
Oh, okay.
But it's just, I guess for the term they call it motivational speaking.
Right.
It's like you said. I'm just however the Spirit uses me.
Right.
That's how I roll.
Right. Okay. So your voice, what you do in the community, and what you write about. So yours is like mine. So you wouldn't have a business forefront that is specifically selling or trading goods or whatever. Your business is you. And what about you?
Pretty much on the same lines.
Okay.
And we're trying to do, we're doing a business with housing the intellectual disability.
Uh-huh.
So we're getting that started as well.
Okay. And to get those things started, of course, you have to have, are you brick and mortar or are you all online?
It's online.
It's online. So you're going to have an online presence. Same for you? Online. What about you all?
Currently, I'm an executive assistant to a grant writing organization.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just moved out here a year ago. So I'm in the process of bringing my funnel cake business out here.
Okay. So your business is not taking care of other people's business. Your business is the funnel cake.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right. Brick and mortar are you going to do online sales?
Mobile. So
Mobile, okay.
So I'll do different events.
So yours is word of mouth and online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you? What about you? Do you have anything?
Yes, God's supposed me to start a podcast, and I talk, have fun, trans. That's what God's using me to say, and that's pretty much. Only what you do for Christ will last.
Amen.
And that's my foundation.
It always starts with a story. We all have one. And that's the thing that actually is the most important. And when you look at Tom's shoes, those shoes are ugly, if you ask me, respectfully. But the story behind Tom's shoes is why we buy Tom's shoes, or why we bought Tom's shoes when they were, popular. Because you buy a pair, one pair goes. So you're there for the cause, right? The story is what's important. My story is exactly how through my divorce that I learned my voice. And I thank God for it. It's the best love story that I could have ever written for myself, even though it ended out of sin. And so, but I used my pain to help others. I remember during that time, I was going through my divorce. My oldest, who's 21, my kids were going through it with me. And I said to my son, Kaylin, the best way for us to get over this is to help somebody else. I sent my son to the Dominican Republic, and he did, I think he was gone for about 10 days, 7 to 10 days, and he did missionary work. And letting my children see other disadvantaged children and people, it helped you in your own grieving, just as an example. And so I learned that the best way to heal was to help heal you, because I forget about my own. It's kind of like, have you ever, let's just say if you've been having, the sciatic nerve pain, but you end up, but you stub your toe.
Yeah.
That stubbing of the toe makes you forget the sciatic nerve. Or if you have the sciatic nerve, but you're dealing with fibroid issues, that sciatic nerve is going to help you forget about the fibroid issues. So it's just a different form of pain, but but when you see and deal with other pain, it helps you forget that pain. So when I see that you're in pain, I forget I'm in pain and I try to help your pain, which ends up healing my pain. And so I gave back. Uh-huh.
I was gonna say also, one thing that I'm learning that what you're saying, I agree totally. And I also think that when we focus on other people's pain, it does something for us internally. But sometimes we forget just a little bit about ourselves.
We do.
And that's where it comes from, where you have things like this, where we pour into each other.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing that I like about women coming together. We all have a story
Yeah.
from different sides of the spectrums, but the whole common denominator is either we were hurt or we were happy.
We all have it. Yeah. One of the two, and so there is a lot that, for me as a Christian woman, that I learned that there's a lot that God can do with me when I am afflicted, when I'm in pain. He does his best work. And so Book of James says, count it all joy when you face trials of many kinds, for it is the testing of your faith that will produce perseverance. And I remember that all the time. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God delivers them all. So those are the things that I stand on and I remember all the times when I am afflicted or when I am in pain. I count it all joy because I know that there's so much that he can do. I know that, not to get off topic, but when we're going through certain things, it's just like with social media. And when we talk about the Lord, it's always has to be with purpose. Like when I posted my thing, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. In the same token, when it comes to purpose, I remember it was time I said, Lord, send me my husband, send me my husband. And I realized there's no purpose in that. So instead I said, Lord, make me into a wife. Now he has something to work with. He has something that's purposeful. Versus when you say send me a husband, that's not something that he can work on. That's not something that he can do and timestamp on. Make me into the wife. And then now he has work that he can do and he can bless that. So the same thing with your social media. If it's not purposeful, it's not going to grow. So with Betty, we used Betty's, and she's on Zoom. I don't know if you guys can see her. And those that are live streaming, I don't think that you guys can see those that are online, correct? You can? Oh, okay, you guys can. So with Betty's social media, the last time that we were together, I showed her as an example how her social media can make sense, okay? Because we are on social media for several reasons, and I pointed this out the last time. You're either bored, you're looking for entertainment, and that's just call a spade a spade. You're on social media because you're bored, right? And when you're bored, it's normally at these times, or when you're bored in an idle mind. It's going to look like this in the bed. Don't you guys scroll, right? Some of you might scroll on the toilet. Some scroll in, right? Because it's boredom or idle mind, right? Because sitting by yourself and sitting in your own space is too much to ask nowadays, right? Some of us do it when we're at a stoplight, pick your phone, right? Or when a train is going by, right? Like, for real, this is the truth. We just at a stoplight, you just pick up your phone, just check your little notifications or whatever for the little attention to see what kind of reactions you got from the last post, or to see what somebody else is doing. Another time in the tub, we'll use our phone. At work, we use our phone. I have a lot of people that send me memes between 8 and 5. Right. I know people that I have a friend who is a judge on the bench. Then I'm like, how are you sending me memes and you are a judge? What are you doing all day long? So, I have friends who are nurses. I have friends, we send memes all the time. She sends me, I'm like, you're a nurse, I have another one who's a pastor that sends me memes all the time. So we do it at work, the first thing that we do, and this is now things that we have to train ourselves. The first thing that we do as soon as we get out of the bed, you pick up your phone, right? It helps wake you up. Most people pick up their phone because their alarm is on their phone, right? And then soon as you get up, you turn the alarm off. you're looking at your emails, missed text messages, missed phone calls, missed notifications, then you kind of get up, you know? So with that being said, knowing why we use our phones, why we need our phones, it helps you to see who your audience is. They want to see something that entertains them. So if you're posting something that's not going to catch the view, it's not going to grow. Your views is what you care about. I don't care about likes, because let me tell you something, like I told the last class, most people that follow you don't really like you anyways. And they're really your family and friends. And when I say that, they might love you, but they don't, we all know your family and friends don't support you. And when they see that you have a heavy presence on social media, they're not going to like your post. Okay. Don't take it personal. It's just what it is. Me, on the other hand, I like everybody's stuff because I know what it's like, you know, to be on the other hand. If I watch your story, I'm going to like your story. I'm watching you. I'm going to let you know I'm there. You know, it's rude. And this is like etiquette stuff that I tell people. It's very rude if you are watching whether somebody's story or their video and you don't say anything. Because for one, if it's just online etiquette, a lot of people can tell who you are based off of how you are online. I can tell that you're a pervert based off of what you post or what you like. I can tell that you are political or that you're radical based off of your social media presence. I can also tell how much you're a lurker or a hater based on how you watch me, right? So now those are side things. And I tell people all the time, if I watch your video, the most thing that I can do to respect you is to give you some type of engagement because you entertained me. I watched it. I'm either watching it for one or two reasons. I'm either watching it because I'm snickering, or I'm watching it because you entertained me. It's one of the two, because if you didn't entertain me, what we gonna do? We're gonna keep scrolling. But if you watch it from the beginning to the end, you know, you're the most thing that you, it's like giving somebody their flowers. I gave you something to entertain you while you were on your toilet, while you were in your bed, while you were at your work. The least thing that you can do is engage. But social media is smarter than y'all. They pay us for your views because they know that people are not going to do it. They're not going to engage. I don't get paid. I have videos that are in the millions of views and really might only have 56 hearts or likes. That tells me a lot of data. That social media gives you a lot of data. One, we know people don't like to read. So as soon as somebody has a long post, we're not reading it. We also know that that people don't engage in things of that nature, but they'll watch you. That's why I tell people, if you watch somebody's stuff, that is their personal creativity. It's my artwork. Like it or comment or something, or, you know, but it's just etiquette, you know. But social media will pay you based off of your views. So with Betty, I explained to Betty that we looked at one of her videos, and I said, Betty, you have to keep the attention of the person that is, you know, in front of you. The first 3 seconds of a video is how that creator or that poster gets the view. So when you look at somebody's video on Facebook and it says, you know, 600 views or whatever, it doesn't mean that 600 people watched the whole thing. It means that it captivated them for the first 3 seconds. Your first 3 seconds is your view. So, and then also it gives you the analytics of what, you know, what your, how long I can look at my page and it'll tell me what's the common time that people stopped watching, right? And that gives you the analytics on how to do the next video. So with, I did a remix of one of Betty's videos, and I had said in the last class that showing you guys how to remix your videos, I can take one of your videos and make it go, you know, not necessarily viral, because it all depends on what your video is, but make it get more views based off of a technique that you can use and implement. In the last class, Betty had a video, one of her videos that she posted. It was her swimming. Betty, was it you swimming or was it your cat? I mean, your dog.
It was me swimming.
Okay, no, not that one. The one before. Oh, she was
She was walking
she was walking
in the backyard.
in the
In the
backyard. She
She
was,
was like showing her feet
yeah,
and
yes,
everything around, but she didn't have no
no
music or
music.
nothing.
She had no music. And so what we did was, so she had a video, and she had a video and she was walking, in the backyard. And I'm like, see, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? But she's not making dollars yet. So if it doesn't have purpose, it doesn't make sense, right? So I said, Betty, this video, you're sharing it with everybody, and that's fine. But when I added some music, I think I used my other phone. Is that what I did? I used my other phone, and I had music playing along with her video, and it actually it just completely changed the video. So showing these type of techniques, I remixed one of Betty's other videos that she did. Let me see if I can find it, Betty. I think I texted to you, and she, okay. So I think this is the one that she just did. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Let me find the original one that she did. Let me go to her page, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So hopefully I can find it, Betty. Hopefully you haven't been posting so much to where I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is the new one I did, I think. Oh, did you remove it, Betty? I think she
Uh,
removed
I
it.
I redid it.
She redid it. Okay. So, no, you did. Okay. No, she didn't redo it. She didn't do it the way I did it. Okay. So let me show you. It's hard to see. Okay. Hold on. Let me turn my thing up. Okay. So she dives in. This is her original music. Okay. No strokes. We're just watching her get it. All right. And it's going to end with her feet and her hand. And it's still going on. Now that's hers. What I did was I took her video and I made several of them. Okay. So what I did was I fast forwarded here and I slowed it down when she dived in. So you see the water coming up, right? And then I slowed it down here because it's sexified with the song, right? And then while she's doing all this stroking stuff, I fast forwarded that part, right? Because it's unnecessary. We don't want to see like she's so that part. And then I did another one. So here's another one.
Now you're in a point in your life where this called deserving season. You deserve the abundance. You deserve this joy.
It's slower.
You deserve this peace.
I like that
You
one better.
deserve this happiness. And you're not gonna let what happened to you once before happen to you again. You protecting yourself. Not because you ain't.
And I fast forwarded right there. You see that?
Because now you know better. You put yourself first. You put yourself first. You won't be hurt like you once hurt before.
So that was the second one. That was actually one of my favorite ones.
You did good today. Really good.
Slowed it down.
You
Splash.
might think it was just another
Slow.
day, but it wasn't. Every step you took today was a step forward, no matter how small. You faced challenges. You overcame
That's something that we all
obstacles,
can
and
mostly
you kept moving.
identify with, right?
Every effort counts.
Because
Every bit of progress matters.
whatever
You're
she's
building
going
a better
through,
tomorrow with every action
she
you
let
take
it in,
today.
that pool.
The struggles you faced
And the
are just
song
stepping
or the
stones leading you to
speaking
greater heights.
talks
You're
to us
stronger than
better
you
as a
realize,
viewer
more capable than
than
you give
Trey
yourself credit
Songz
for.
Dive In.
Be proud of yourself.
Trey Songz Dive In would be a better song if you were revealing some things. Bikini shots, I'm about to dive in. She gets out, hair all wet, and you see physique. That song is going to keep the viewer.
Right.
it's a little scantily clad, but it is what it is. The other ones will keep you watching. You see? Go ahead.
So is she posting all three?
She posted the dive in.
The one that you redid.
Those are all the three I redid. But she didn't repost what I did. She tried to redo it herself. That's why in her video it's still fast. She's like, I'm about to dive in. But you get, it's more aesthetically when you slow that part down when you're diving, because you can give the illusion of a bigger splash. And and to go with that song, even with all three of the songs or voiceovers that I used, starting off whenever you're diving in water, is best to get that jump slower into the water, do a few strokes, and then speed it up, because we don't want to watch you doing the strokes in slow motion, because that first 3 seconds is what's going to get her paid. So the first 3 seconds is what's going to capture it or whatever. And then what's going to keep us viewing is the sound.
Yeah.
It wasn't her diving in. We wanted to see how good her dive was going to be, right? Yeah. But what kept us on the page was what was being talked about.
Yeah. I have a question about that. So the words and the voiceovers, is that something where you can do your own voiceovers?
You can. So you could do, oh, you should use a mic? Okay. Go ahead.
So I was wondering how they have the voiceovers, if you can do your own voiceovers, and just put it to music and how,
Absolutely. I'll show you how to do it. So, let's just say, here's. Oh, I sure could, huh? Let's do it that way. Every time let's see. So, I go Wi-Fi, Bluetooth?
Is there screen mirroring?
It should be.
And then I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
I don't feel like I'm photogenic when I take pictures. And when you're on there, what are the angles? I guess people always say there's different angles, but I don't feel photogenic in the pictures. And I think that's what kind of deters me.
Okay, so
or do you have to show your face?
You don't have to show your face at all, for one. But two, I'm looking at you and I don't see nothing wrong with the way you look. But a camera is just different. A reflection of what you look like.
But I don't know.
You know why? Because everybody is using filters, and now we think that we're only beautiful with one. That's why. Because had this been 1994 with the camcorder, you wouldn't have had no problem doing the butt on there. You know what I'm saying? Or doing the troop, or doing the Cabbage Patch in front of it. You got in front of the camcorder with the disposable camera. You hopped in front of your. So
I didn't even take pictures back then, to be honest.
Why?
I think it's too attached to what my past was during that time and what I was going through. So I think I never really took pictures, and then when I did, it was for a situation that I should have never been pictures. So for me now as an adult, I love pictures. I just I'm like, no pictures. I don't want to take pictures because I just don't like the way. I guess they look when they come out on screen.
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what I'm looking at whatsoever. And to be honest with you, I just turn on the camera all the time. You're not selling your face.
Right.
You're selling your voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and your voice is going to take you to places way farther than any face ever can. Mm-hmm. So for you, if you want, Betty has one that I'm using Betty. I'm using her all the way up. Because I was on her, because she was the one that asked me to do this. So I'm using her. She had one. And look at Betty, 65 years old. Look at, okay, y'all see her? Yeah, okay. So can those on the live stream, okay, that's Betty, all right? So, 65, looking good. Look at you, Betty. Look at you. And so,
Amazing. I got it in today.
yes, you did, Betty. Okay, let me show you one that I had told her that I wanted her to. I don't know where it is, Betty. You post so much. Jeez, she is
I'm,
not.
I'm trying to
I'm going to show
monetize.
you. There, I'm looking for the one, Betty, that I had did when you were in the backyard. But anyhow, so let me show you how to do like a voiceover as an example. So this is one Katie sent to me. I thought it was pretty funny. So it's so he's saying, what if men lied the whole time and said that Eve gave him the apple when maybe he ate the apple and deceived Eve, and that's why it's called Adam's apple. So it was cute.
I've seen that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is cute. So what you would do is you would hit. So wait a minute. Wait, is this on Facebook or Instagram? This is Instagram. Okay, that's Instagram. Okay. So I want to do that one. Hit next.
But what if men lie so much that Adam actually bit the apple and blamed it on Eve, and that's why the apple is stuck in mud?
That was cute. So if I wanted to voice over that, you see right here where it says voice over, the second one next to right here, voice over. Okay, I just uploaded the video, right? Okay, so let me start. I think that this guy is really, really cool. But you know what? He might have a really good point here. I never really, in a million years, thought of it like that.
Talking to all men right here.
I think that this guy is really, really cool. But you know what? He might have a really good point here. I never really, in a million years, thought of it like that. Okay, so let's do some more. So now I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna remove the sound from him talking. You see at the bottom down there, volume, says filter, volume. So I'm gonna hit volume. And the top one says camera audio, and the bottom one says voiceover. So the camera audio is going to be him talking because he's in the camera. He's he's the video that I embedded. So I'm gonna remove that. Hit done. I think that this guy is really so now you don't hear him, right? But you know what? So now we're gonna add some music to it. So we're gonna add audio, and I'm going to type in inspiration. Let's see what that sounds like. I think that this guy is really, really cool. But you know what? He might have a really good point here. I never really. And so, I never really, in a million. So now I can remix something and make it work. Now, if I had said something a little bit more catchy or whatever to go with that video and added the music and things of that nature, it's the whole point is to catch your views. Okay. Now, as an example, these are, like as I told you, like this is a different type of person. Like my thing is called Heather Ella Rise, based on a true story, right? So this is who I am. Yes, I love the Lord. Yes, I'm an evangelist, but I'm not about to beat your head over and over again with Bible, because I'm going to lose you, right? So my technique is to grab you in based off of based on a whole true story. This is who I am, and I'm going to share with you not just things that I have to say. As an example, for you. Why is it that a mother, especially a single mother, will raise her sons
to be providers of women, but also will raise her daughters to be independent of men. I have a question for you.
So something that's thought provoking. Why do we raise our sons to be providers of women, but we raise our daughters to be independent? My mom, might have said, you don't, well, she never said this to me, but you know how some moms will say, you don't need no man, go get, or whatever. So the mom raises the daughter to be independent of men, but the son might be raised, you better treat that girl with respect. Right, yeah. You better love her correctly. But it's raised to be lovers and providers for women, but girls are taught to be independent of men. So how can you have a productive home? So it's using, that one got almost 80,000 views. Another one is something that we can all relate to as an example. I don't drink, but I have had wine before, and when I have it, it makes me feel like this. So isn't that the truth? Doesn't it feel like when you lay down, it's like it's the truth though, right? Yeah. So
you don't even get up. You still just lay there like you stuck. It was
like if I just I promise I'll never do it. And all I've had was wine, so I can imagine people that have had for real liquor, and so that one has 2,300 views, and so far this one is another one outside of the ministry, because again I'm catching you, right? Huh? Yeah. And so here's one. It makes sense. Look. Don't make sense. Like you just he turns to a superhero. And so it's one of them things that now that has 3,800 views. Okay. Now what happens is that now here's one that's a Christian one. So this is what I was talking about, the Christian memes and stuff. So like for the niche. And for me, upset the Christian buffoonery, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not what Christianity is, And so all of this, so for me, it's a message, but by saying this is not Christianity, but it's still within my niche of Christianity. So you're not going to see Heather posting fist fights and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So it's wild, but I show different types of things and, of different things. But then after that, you're going to get a Bible inspired video of me talking about, so like, it's the same thing. So like this one, so what comes after that was the word of God. And so, this one has 8,562 views. And the plan never changed. Now I'm talking about the difference between the book of Matthew and the book of Mark. When Jesus Christ was walking on the water, they have two separate accounts, but the plan never changed. So what I did was I did a strategic move. I pulled you in by getting you to laugh. I got you to calm down, because if I just hit you in the head over with the Bible over and over again, you're gonna be like, here she go with this Bible preaching, stuff. So what I did was I got you to loosen up. I got you, and you forgot it was me. Right. See, when you see these types of things, here's another one, 4,900 views. When you text me, this is wait. Oh, but I didn't get it, So you get it. So I had and how some of these things come to me is when I'm in the car and if I listen to a radio, I listen for things that are sound bites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And the song played on my Pandora. And but I didn't get it. How could a brother be so blind? I started to give up, right?
Yeah.
But as a creator, I listen for sound bites now, and I can hear things in radio, in things that I know. As an example, here's looking at this picture. How did this come to me? Because the song came on, and it was perfect for, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It goes, here's another one where, but you forgot this is me, you know?
Take your over there. I bet some bite your ass over there. I don't want to get bitten ass.
So, cops entering into, so it's funny.
Yeah.
I dropped the reins a little bit in a respectful type of way, in a way. I try not to use bad language. Now, Ice Cube is that I don't want to get bitten in the egg. But what I did was I got you I got you while your guards was down. I made you laugh. I gave you some nostalgic memories about songs, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get it. We all know that song, And then you're going to get a selfie, which is why I say it's nothing wrong with you, I don't put selfies on Instagram, but Facebook, I'll do a selfie. But everything that's on Facebook is also on Instagram and TikTok. I pulled you in because you're looking at the selfie, but guess what's going to come next? The word of God. Yeah. So I'm excited. That's how I'm going to get you. That's my niche, right? And that's how it's going to be. Remember, people forget that it's me posting. Because you're going to have haters. It's going to be like, here, Heather again. Here she go hitting you with the word of God all over again. I'm tired of hearing that. But when you just seen somebody, on a car speed, high speed car chase or whatever, you're not seeing who posted it. It's just catching your views, And so this one is 7.6 million views in the middle. Okay. And so they don't know that this is Heather. And so this is on the news. I found it. I thought it was funny. Put the music behind it and captioned it. It's gonna make you watch it. I already got your view, right? And it's funny, huh? Oh. They got him, and that's LAPD, where I'm from. 10 freeway. So this is back home, and so it's one of those things where I got 7.6 million views. Now I just got a payout a couple days ago. So let me see where I'm at right now. Like this is, what's today's date? The 28th. Yeah. So on the on the 26th, 20, yeah, 2 days ago. So far I'm at $88.17. Okay. So right now, that's how much it's running right now. So within 30 days, this should be a couple $100. Okay. From so my last payout. So these are all of my payouts, but they get lumped in together. So you see this is 19, 39, 58. These are all different types of payouts based off of different algorithms. Yeah. Okay. So for different posts and stuff like that. So here's, as you see right here, $1,016. So that's the total out of all of the posts that are doing really, really well. So it went to my PayPal for a little bit over $1,000, you see? And so then the one before that was $880.26. Okay. So the one that was $880, you see, I got paid on July 31st, and the other one was August 22nd. And so Instagram pays me twice a month. So that's the payout. But it's, as you see here, this says the pay period is September 16th through October 1st. So the first one was September 1st through the 16th, and then the payout was a couple days ago. So that's that's why I said if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, because it makes no sense for me to sit up here and post and scroll if it's not making me dollars. I stopped scrolling years ago because it was making my brain into mush, and it was affecting my healing process when I was going through my divorce. It was something where I was like, oh, you know, Sarah is on a cruise with her husband, and look at me, I'm going through a divorce. What's wrong with me? You know, oh, Black love, Black excellence, or whatever. And I was internalizing myself as not being good enough, beautiful enough, love, available to love, because I'm watching all what you doing. And now I'm focusing on, I'm now assuming that my life is supposed to be like yours. But social media is a liar, because when I was married, I posted Black love, Black excellence, Black empowerment, I love him, and was being dogged out at home, because I didn't post that, So that I'm not going to follow this kind of stuff, because they just showing me what they want me to see, but it doesn't mean it's the truth, and also it's also a way that people really kind of show off. How many of y'all got that one friend that's on vacation and they uploaded 75 pictures? At what point did you enjoy the vacation? Yeah, your anniversary. At it on live. At what point did you Jackson, I should have bought the ticket? But go and sit in the moment. It's used to make you jealous. So I stopped scrolling. So like, she's showing booty shots, or whatever. Is it gonna at least make her some money? Or is she just looking for attention? So so with you guys, finding your niche. Let's now move forward. Finding your niche. You have a voice, you have something to offer. Do you have a personal social media page for that, or are you just going to go off of what you have?
I'm really not I'm not really social media I'm not
Savvy?
I'm not savvy at it at all, to be honest with you. I might get on my social media like maybe once every 3 months or something. I'm not one of those people, because I'm always trying to do something, so I just don't have time sometimes.
So monetization is not going to be your thing, because if you don't use it, you're not going to earn from it.
Well, see, I don't know how to use it, so that's why I'm willing to learn, because I do want to use my voice, and I do want to be able to I want to be more present. I just need to learn how to navigate it, because it's just.
So your social, do you mind if we look at your social media? Or does anybody have a social media that I can pull up and look at?
I don't even know my password.
Oh, you don't even have it on your phone.
And she has 2 accounts. Is anybody online? To my defense, let me say, when I first got on social media, I had got an overwhelming of just craziness from just men, just crazy stuff. And I didn't know how to stop them from like calling in and all this crazy stuff. So it just deterred me, period. And then I was in a relationship. So, when you hear the, you get the looks like, what are you doing? I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So it started to cause problems for me. And so I, in return, was like, this is not for me.
Right.
And like you said, there's so many things. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Oh, you're supposed to click.
Can I jump in right quick, Heather?
Betty, sure.
I find it so simple in her situation. to just press delete and block.
She said that you can just delete and block.
You can, but as anybody knows, if you get an overpouring of someone, after a
I
while,
do.
it's
Yeah.
like I have messages, I think.
Use the microphone.
I've had messages from like 2000 and something where I didn't even know where the messages were to find them. So I stopped. But now, because like I said, I have this book and I have all these other things that I'm doing.
So your book, let's talk about that. The book is, I mean, I have people to this day. The name of my book is called Open Your Rise, which is a play on word of open your eyes, but last name is Rise, so Open Your Rise. And so the book is, because I mean that's how it's going to get out there. You're going to have to get social media. I mean, or use social media.
Well, no, and that's the reason why I want to learn. I want to know more, because the name of the book is my name is question mark. And the reason why is because when you're going through so many things, you don't really know what you identify, especially if you've been in any type of abused relationship. Doesn't matter what type.
Yeah.
You lose your identity a lot of the time. So my name is question mark, and it takes you through the things that happen, but it's not a story of just, oh, these are all the bad things that happen. It's showing you how I navigated waters that were meant to sink me. Yet and still I rose above them.
Yeah.
So it takes you that, but that also gives you affirmation. It also takes you mental notes where you're able to just take your mind.
Mute your phone.
Where you're able to take yourself, somewhere else to really open up those past wounds that, us as young children and now adults that we still may have not even touched the surface or even willing to heal from.
So that's the book, and that's the premise of the book, and that's the story.
Yes.
So how are you going to? So for me, if I was your managing editor, or if I was a friend of yours, for passion. One sale or 1 million sales, I can tell that the reason why you wrote that book was purposeful, and you're led to write that book. It has to get out there, right? So for you, if you don't have a social media account that is monetizing, or that has a lot of followers, or whatever the case may be, you are going to do sponsored ads on the book. Because see, your niche is really, you don't want to be in front of the camera. You're really not a social media creator. I could tell. You're not going to be the one that's constantly making videos and stuff like I do. I'm always thinking of something else to make. But my whole purpose is, like how it's raining, man. That was only just so I can grab them in, because I already knew that I was creating the video to talk about the word of God. So for me, I was already creating something to bring the sinner in, or to bring the non-believer in, or to bring the lukewarm Christian in, or to bring whoever in, to get them engaging with me. Because the more that you engage with me, I'm going to end up on your algorithm. And so,
it's a negative comment, positive
no matter,
comment, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
See, that's the thing that I'm changing now, because I do, and let me just correct myself. It's not that I don't feel beautiful to be in front. I think it's more of just, I still deal with just, I think a lot of women just wanting to make sure you're good enough. And I think that comes from just
use the microphone.
Just wanting to be good enough, to make sure that what you're giving, but I have to realize I'm already good enough. And that's something I know.
Let me ask you this. Somebody hurt you? Broke your heart?
Well, it wasn't a man, but yeah, I have been hurt.
Right.
Yes.
You have a broken heart, right? Or something that is, and it doesn't necessarily have to be behind love, but it's something that.
Let me tell you what it is. What I think is hurt is that since I'm writing the book, I think I'm resurrecting things that I thought were laid to rest. And God is showing me that those things that I thought were laid to rest, they're not. So he's working with me through them. And I think for me, it's just taking me a little bit longer, because I'm always one who wants to help everyone else. That's where I was saying I help everybody else, and I'm good at helping everybody else. But sometimes I realize I lose me in that.
Well, let me tell you this. You're right. You have to come to grips with the things that you're running from. I'm going to take it there. Moses, God told him and instructed him, pick up the stick. Right? What happened to the stick?
It turned into a snake.
Turned into a serpent. What did Moses do when he saw the serpent? He
kinda
dropped it.
yeah.
Right? He dropped it and he ran. God says, pick it up. And it turned back into what?
Rod.
It turned back into the rod. And it's the very same rod that he used to split the Red Sea.
Yeah.
So what God is going to do, he's going to use the same thing that you're running from to split your Red Sea. So if, as an example, let's take it away from scripture, because some people didn't catch that because they may not know scripture. In order to be, if you are afraid of heights, how do you overcome that?
You go to the
You
heights.
climb high.
Yeah.
If you are afraid of water, how do you circumvent your fear of water? You get in. So with that being said, what the things that you are afraid of, the things that are preventing you from moving forward or getting past that, you have to use the very same thing in order to split your Red Sea or in order to circumvent the things that you are, because it just might be that the person that is afraid of heights, God might be calling, or some people, the universe, whatever, might be calling to be a firefighter, to save that one particular life. So you just don't know, because we serve, on a biblical aspect, a God that's from the ending to the beginning. So he aligns our steps towards the end versus aligning, he aligns our steps based off of the end to go towards our beginning versus how he aligns our steps from the beginning all the way to the end. Did you catch that? So, so just to go back for you, your niche is that book. So we don't need your face. You can publish the book by a sponsored ad. So for you, you don't necessarily have to monetize. You don't have to monetize to get business. There's two separate things. If you guys want to monetize, we could talk about monetization, what I just showed you. I'm monetizing, but I'm only monetizing. I would, even if social media didn't pay me how it paid me, my whole purpose, again, we talked about purpose, is to deliver the word. So I have to be like Christ and go to the tax collector and sit amongst the sinners in order to give you the word. So that's why I give you the funny memes and the funny posts and here, there, and this. And then I grabbed you. Now, when you see me, you'll listen. I have a lot of people that have converted for Christianity. I believe, and this is what my Bible says, is that I have to stand account. So when I stand account at the throne, I can say, I've been responsible for this many conversions. I've been responsible for this many people, turning into faith. So I do mine for a reason. But for you all, if it's not about monetization, it's about business, right? So you need to, when that book is ready, you're going to do sponsored ads. For your community stuff, you're going to do sponsored ads, because let me tell you something. Your friends and family ain't gonna buy your book. And they're not gonna come out to, a couple of them will, but they may not read it because they know you, Your biggest support is gonna always come from strangers, never from people that know you, okay? The stuff that you do in the community, don't expect your friends and family to come out and to support you. It's gonna be the strangers that's gonna come out. And that's who your sponsored ads are going to attract. It's not going to, we're not going to really see your sponsored ads. It's going to push out to the world. So that's for you. You're going to always be most likely sponsored ads for you. You don't have a reason to monetize or to build up. Your business is your voice, which will open up doors. Your book is going to open up doors for, and then you can network. Speaking again, if you like to speak, you and I can talk about some things. I host speaking engagements all the time, So that's really going to be your thing. You have no reason to build up your follower count like monetization. Now, Betty, on the other hand, Betty is retired. Betty, you're retired, right? She's 65 and she wants to just have fun. Huh?
Correct.
She's 65 and she just want to have fun. She want to swim in her pool, get her health right, and be active and engaged. And she just loves sharing her stories and her stuff. This is what she does for fun. And why not make a little bit of money on it? So showing her how to monetize and how the things that she posts. I see, Betty, that you posted, your dog on your story. That's cool. But I want you to, if you want to start building up your following count, I want you to try to practice to post things. If you're going to post post the dog, but put something behind it, or or whatever the case may be, so you can start growing that content.
Thank you.
Yeah. For you, okay.
So she's also gonna be doing a podcast. Can she monetize off of that on like social media?
She can, but it's not going to monetize because every platform is different. There was a couple of episodes ago, I was here and I had a panel, and we had some community leaders here. And one of them has a podcast. I actually told him after he followed me online, so I followed back, and I was looking at some of his stuff through my feed, and I said, it's not going to, because podcasting is only going to be for YouTube. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to watch your podcast on Facebook. Their attention is too short. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to listen to your podcast on Instagram. It's not enough time because it doesn't allow you to, TikTok, the same thing, unless it's juicy. Mm-hmm. On TikTok. Interviewing somebody who was at a Diddy party, they gonna watch that podcast.
Yeah, they gonna watch that.
They gonna watch
that's
it.
Juicy.
Yeah. Interviewing, one of OJ Simpson's kids, and they're now coming out to tell us the real story. That is going to be watched on TikTok. And Facebook, it'll be watched as well, but the algorithm is not going to really push it that much. As far as talking, Facebook, when it comes to just lecturing, talking, blah, 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 first, the algorithm just doesn't pick that up as much. Now, it does when you incorporate video. Okay. So I posted one 10 minutes long, just me talking, but I incorporated, it was some terrible stuff going on in the Christian church. And I called out a whole bunch of pastors on it. And I included clips of their video. So it ended up going to, I think, 10 million views, on my Facebook, and also about another 5 or so million views on TikTok, and another maybe 3 million views on Instagram. It blew up. In fact, I had a pastor contact me who I called out, on that. So Michael Todd. So yeah, I sure did. And I've had another one, Gino Jennings, sure did. Go ahead.
Hey, there's a comment on social media from Miss J. She asked if you can review her profile.
Sure.
The link to her profile.
Okay. All right. Hi, Miss J. Can you guys see it on the AirPlay? Oh, can you fix it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Miss J, she has 1,000 followers and she's following 3,000 people. And this is what the front of her page looks like. I want to look at the reels. The reels is going to tell me her actual view count. You see the difference? That's going to be what's on her front page. This is going to be what's on her reels. Okay. The reels are telling me exactly how many people are viewing. So let's look at, I really don't care what's on the front of the page, because the front of the page is really going to be what people, for followers, are going to see. And also it's going to be what somebody who's the first thing that somebody who wants to go to her page is going to see, right? But what is going to get her money is this page. This is the stuff that just pops up on your TikTok. Is called For You page. Instagram is called Reels page or whatever. What's this page called? Reels page, or this page is called whatever that page is. But here she is. So we're going to look at this. So this one she posted, it has 1 view. She's about to get 2. All right. This is what's going to be when I'm scrolling, right? When I'm scrolling like this, that's what I'm going to see. You see, this is my page that I'm scrolling. So this is the stuff that I like clearly, right? Mm-hmm. So this is my scrolling. Now, so this is what's going to come up when I'm scrolling. Now, the first thing about it is that it says AI software, right? But you're not telling us what that means. Does anybody in here know what AI software is? Is this by ChatGPT? Is this fake? Is this real? I'm assuming that you used AI software to dispute transactions on your credit report by probably using AI to write your dispute letters. Is that what you did? Can you see what she responded to?
She hasn't responded, but I can just speak on her behalf. I think she's got a company that does credit repair and probably uses AI, like AI-powered credit repair for do-it-yourself solutions. So,
probably what I just said.
Yeah.
It's probably what it was. So that is going to be 2 people.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Don't even know her. Okay. Now I'm able to identify that, right? Because I'm able to identify it. It's knowledge that I was able to assume based off of what I'm looking at. So she has 2 audiences. Now she has I'm so happy for this client removing negative accounts and deleting these items off their credit report using the DIY A1 software. If anyone with bad credit is following me, what are you waiting for? You can fix your own credit for only $199 for my first 15 new clients. Inbox me for my website and get, first of all, I got to do too much reading to see what you're selling. Okay? That's not my job to see what you're selling, and then I need to figure out what AI software is. You have 2 people that your audience is, Miss J, people that trust AI and people that don't. You want the clients that trust and don't trust, because you want to make a believer to the people that don't trust AI, and you want the people that trust AI to continue to trust it enough to put money in your pocket to do the services that you give. So you didn't tell me anything here. I had to assume that. But then I had to read it. Remember, Instagram, your audience is there real quick. They don't read. You're going to have to catch them in the post. As an example, every one of these, like this one, My Dreams at 3 a.m., that's going to catch you. If I didn't post that and you just saw the video and you had to read this, you probably would have thought it was cheesy. But it relates to you because you're relating the video of what you're seeing to what it says, right? Here's another one. If I just posted this and I said, we all know whose walk this is. Do y'all know whose walk that is? Y'all don't know the lady that walked like that? Y'all don't know that lady that walked like that? What's the lady that
Viola.
what's her name?
Isn't it Viola?
Viola Davis.
I was about to say that.
Y'all
Yes.
can't tell me
really walks
that
like
she
that?
don't walk like that, right?
She really
Yeah.
walks like that?
Yeah.
That's how she be walking. You
She
ain't never
does.
seen her walk like that.
Yes, she does.
So it's
That ain't wrong. That ain't right.
and I said, we all know whose walk this is. Now, if I just posted it without a caption, it's a useless post.
Mhm.
So going back to our friend, you had music. Where's the music at? So the music is not gonna keep me, right? It's not gonna keep my attention. I don't know what AI software is, and you're showing me credit reports that are okay scores, but you didn't tell me what AI software. So we needed to see a video of you explaining what AI software is. So even if you caught it just like that, I would have taken the AI software out, because again, the moment that I see AI, I don't like it. So you wouldn't have caught me, but you want my business, right? You want me to reshare it, right? Just because I don't like AI doesn't mean that I wouldn't be a valuable customer to you, right? So I would take the AI out and I would explain it. And maybe I would have it like that. And then I would switch the scene and start talking. Let's look at the next one. You have 102 views. Okay. You know why you have 102 views on that one? Because you have words on there. People will stop to watch words. In fact, most people scroll without sound on, right? Most people scroll without sound on. Why? Because they're scrolling at work, they can't have their sound on. 2, they're in the bed, they don't want their sound on. 3, they on the toilet, they don't want their sound on, you know? So, you know, they don't have sound on for the most part. So captions is always important. And also captions also brings you to the client or the person who is deaf. It's not just people who can speak English or who has the ability to speak. I caption everything for those that sign. There are also people that deserve to see my videos, right? So captions is important, but people will watch quick words. The reason why, because now I want to see, you know, love and coaching mentors. Okay, I might want to see like what she's doing, and she already got my 3 seconds. Okay, so and that was quick. We don't know. That's too much. That's too long right there. We don't know what's going on. That without the words, you guys see this? You would have lost us. You lost us. You didn't. She lose us. You lost our attention. It was too long of the thing with no words, because we don't even know what you're doing, right? Now, if you was dancing or doing something, because remember, social media is entertainment.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we're here is because we are idle or we're bored. That's it. So that that one could have gotten more views if you had more stuff for us to look at, because again, this is entertainment. Here's one. I'd never like these at all. Most people, I see this one that says influence. Most people will use a stock picture or a card or a photo or a flyer and add music to it, because they can see that it's going to attract more viewers by doing it as a video than a picture. So no one liked it. Let's take that back. Okay, so no one liked it, but people view. So you see people view it. Her thing says get your tickets. Okay. Experience. The music doesn't go well with this one. Doesn't go well. Now you have that. Now let's stop there. You have that, and it's starting off with a flyer, but it's too much for us to read for us to stay on the page, right? It was a lot. We couldn't capture that. That right there just should have been a post for us to just be able to read the whole thing. This right here, oh, that, wait, let me hold it. That is a post right there. Influence her. Jay is gone. That's just a post, okay? And the whole thing would be, but I would actually make that a sponsored post because I'm trying to hold it so it doesn't play. Okay. So right here, this should be a sponsored post. I would most likely put this in my story. And I would make this as a sponsored post, not even really a post on my page. This would be more of a post for probably Facebook, but I'm gonna give you one even better. I wouldn't have probably never even posted it on my social media because people on your social media either and they don't know what you're selling. This would have been good for Eventbrite. I don't post the stuff that I do, like this kind of stuff. I don't post it on my social media because I'm not going to get the support. Eventbrite, are you familiar with Eventbrite? Mm-hmm. That's where this stuff goes. Mm-hmm. This is where girls would have came out, Eventbrite. Mm-hmm. TikTok would have been one. Let me show you as an example. So, where is she at? I just saw it. This is like real. It is, where is this lady at? I just saw it. It's a lady, oh my God. Girls. See if I can find it. Here she is. Okay.
I just seen that.
You just seen this.
I just seen this.
You just saw this, okay?
Yeah.
This is not something that now this video, okay, let's look like Miss J, right? Her name is Miss J. Miss J is doing something that's calling in. I want to hold it so it doesn't. Come on now. I want the beginning. Okay. So Miss J is doing something influencing her, right? Influencing women, a call for women, come out women, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not that many views, stuff like that. This would have been good for Eventbrite, Miss J. But what's most important is that you're no different from what she's doing. Let me show you what she's doing. Okay.
If you live in Vegas and if you're a girl and if you're free on either Tuesday or Wednesday nights, you should come with us. We do this thing called Hot Girl Walk where we literally just walk for about an hour. And by the time you look, it's been already 3 miles. I started this because I didn't want to go to happy hours, eat, and spend money all the time. I love doing those things, but every now and then it's cool to just be active. You get to meet new friends, you get to be active, and it's super fun. If you want to join us, all you have to do is show up. I'll leave my Instagram and the Hot Girl Walk Instagram in the caption or in the comments. And yeah, come join us. If you
okay, why is that important? Okay, so that's important because her Instagram people aren't going to really support her. Okay. And because I live in Vegas. We all live in Vegas. I actually went and I thought this is a great idea. And I'm thinking about doing something like this. But I live in Aliante, Centennial Hills. Mm-hmm. She wants to meet on, what she say, Mondays and Wednesdays or Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yes.
Something like that.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays or something like that. Monday through Wednesday, one of them days. At between 6 and 7:30 or something like that, right? For I think she said an hour of walking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When I went to it on her Instagram page, not that much engagement. You know why? Because her homegirls and her friends know her and they're not showing up for her. Mm-hmm. And people that don't know her, you know, that are following her, they not TikTok TikTok, not only she's at 12,000 engagements, but let's look. She is at, you see that? 93,000. You see where it says just watched? 93. Let me screenshot that so you guys can see it. You see that? She's at 93,000 people have seen this video. Okay. And what happens is that she got, what happens is this is the algorithm. You saw it. I saw it. This is the algorithm that's most likely going to hit Las Vegas, right? So for her, like Miss J, is that's a TikTok video. That's not an Instagram or Facebook. And so I was like, but when I went to go see their meeting on Decatur and Trop, I live way in Centennial Hills. I'm not doing that at 5:00 in the afternoon. Now I can't go work out and meet new girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is not going to be for me. But I bet you I can now do something similar because it's nothing. I'm not stealing her idea, but we are on the same movement. Right? The whole movement is just about inspiring women and getting women together. Unfortunately, you're just too far over. And by the time I get off and get my kids together at that 5-6 o'clock hour, I cannot drive all the way to Trop and Decatur. So maybe doing something very similar to her would be something that I thought about. I should do something like this. I'm not gonna make no money off of it, right? I'm not trying to build up, a business from it, but it is something that she and I are both passionate about, right? Is health, getting people together and stuff like that. So for Miss J, this right here, this is more of a TikTok, but you're using a lot of still images. You're using a lot of still images and short videos, but we still don't know what you're selling. We don't know. Do you guys know what she's doing? No? People on the Zoom call, do you really have an idea of what she's doing? This is probably a really good event, but it's the way that you framed it. And if you're selling tickets, this needs to be on Eventbrite. That's where people are going to go and show up. Eventbrite. I love Eventbrite. I love people on Zoom. Can you guys tell me, and have you guys ever heard of Eventbrite?
I have.
Okay, you have. Everybody else has too. Okay, Eventbrite is for this kind of stuff. What we're doing today is Eventbrite. What I'm doing today is not on Instagram. It's not on Facebook. It's not. This is Eventbrite. So let's look at some more, one or two more.
Heather, can I ask a question?
Sure.
When you're saying put music behind things and you're using like other people's music, can you do that?
Yes, you can absolutely do it because embedded, Miss J, we're going to come to you. Let me show what, like we did with this guy. Okay, so with this guy, this is his original, but we want to add songs. So let's just say I had used here's Rick.
So sorry to interrupt you, but
oh, sorry. How do I get out of there?
Try closing the screens. Oh yeah, perfect.
Okay. So. Oh yeah, you're welcome. So we uploaded a video. Rick James, I hope he's resting in peace. But if he's not, the people that get his estate will get this money right here. So the fact that I just chose Rick James, there I don't have to worry about infringement of property and capital because TikTok, Instagram is going to pay Rick James's estate for me using his song. TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, when you use it in there. Now, if I had used this song and I uploaded it to it, now I have a problem because I have went against copyright infringement laws because I posted a video without asking Rick James and his estate if I can use his song in my video and post it. It's only going to do good for Instagram, right? Because I'm using it in Instagram. If I take that same video with Rick, now I didn't make the video, I download the video. Rick James is now, I got this song in this video. It's my video, right? Adam's Apple guy, and I got Rick James playing in the background. I take this video over to TikTok. I just to TikTok for me using it. He only going to get paid.
Okay, you froze up when you were saying, "I take this over." You froze.
Sorry.
So I didn't hear
So
you.
I take this video. I just made the video. I downloaded the song Rick James, Very Freaky Girl, Super Freak. Now I own the video. It's on my page. I'm going to get paid for this view, and Rick James's estate is going to get paid for this view, right? They're going to get paid. I'm going to get paid. Instagram has to also pay Rick James for his music to be on their platform, Capitol Records or whatever. The Capitol Records is going to pay Rick James' estate, whoever owns that record label that owns that song. So these are all laws that are embedded. If I take this song and this video and take it to TikTok and upload it to TikTok, let me show you how I would have to do that. So I uploaded the song. So I'm going to use the same song, the same thing, right? But now, remember the song has Rick James on there, right? Because the new one, I uploaded it. Now I have to go in here, add sound, and add Rick James to the video, Super Freak. So now Rick James' estate can get paid from my video on TikTok. I can't take the song from from Instagram and bring it to TikTok. I got to use this. I got to use now, even though the song was already in there, I would have to go to the volume and reduce the original song right here, and then let the TikTok's version of Rick James. That's
okay,
why
so you have to use each when you do the in each platform, you have to go to that platform and upload the music from that platform. You can't switch
unless you will get copyright infringement sanctions against you in your video, and your page can be shut down. Yes.
Okay, so that's where I was unclear, because I'm like, you can use other people's music, and that's where I was
only if it's embedded in there.
Right.
If it's embedded in there, all of these artists have music that's embedded in the websites. Okay. Snapchat is going to have music in there. Instagram, TikTok, they're going to have, anytime that you can upload a video or create a video in any type of platform, it's going to have music in there. If I uploaded this, go ahead.
One more question. Okay, after you finish, your thought there, I wanted to ask one more question too. But you can finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
No, I was also wondering about, you have to apply and say, okay, I want to start making money on my Instagram or whatever, or do you just start doing it?
So you will and also, Miss J, if you have any more questions, please ask away. My Instagram has just about 35,000 followers, right? And so you're going to get a notification. Let's see, where is it at? You're going to get a notification Okay, you see where it says professional baseboard? You see this? Professional baseboard. Let me screenshot that. But you guys can see it, right? Professional. I'll show you.
The snapshot?
The snapshot. The You see this?
Yeah.
It says professional baseboard. Okay. That's where you would get the notification right there that tells you, that gives you the invite. First, you have to have at the minimum of 10,000 followers in order to monetize. Okay. If you don't have the 10,000 followers, you're going to have to create posts or sponsored ads in order to get the 10,000 followers in order to monetize. The same thing is for Facebook as well. Did it change the screen? I have to. Okay. The same thing is going to be with Facebook as well. So Facebook is 23,000 followers, okay, on Facebook. Now, with Facebook, you're the same thing. You have to have at least 10,000, I think it's 10,000 followers in order to monetize on Facebook. The same thing is also going to be for TikTok. You have to have, TikTok is 38,000 followers. So you have to have at least 10,000 on there for that. But again, if you're trying to monetize versus just building your business are two separate things. Okay, social media is not just about monetization. Social media is about building your brand, building your business, or using it as a platform to express yourself. And that's really all it is. Betty, she's retired. She necessarily may not have a business anymore. She's worked. She wants to have fun, and she just wants to, make some little extra money or whatever. But let me tell you, Betty, you have a niche that people like because of the fact there are so many older women that have, like this woman right here. I don't know who she is.
When they did you dirty and they moved on and they thought that the grass was greener on the other side.
Okay, let's stop. She has a caption. For one, we're going to listen to her because she's wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So older people are so successful on TikTok. They are on TikTok alone. Older people are successful. This lady, I don't know who she is. She has only 16,000 followers, right? Well, I'm saying only. That's probably a lot to some people. But, she has 16,000 followers. And if you see this video got 425,000 views. Now, she's not worried about her face. She got the same face on all the pictures. Them eyebrows is not, you know what I'm saying? And she ain't tripping about her hair. She got a little, she is not tripping. Look at her right here. Talking about it's a matter of trust. She got her seatbelt on right there. She got her sunglasses on. She got the same face. But look at how many views she got. Because you know what? Let me tell you something. When we heard her talk,
when they did you dirty,
did we care about her face? We didn't even look at her face. We just was listening to the message, to the voice. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So and what she had to say,
and they moved on.
It's true because we all have felt this way, And so there's a lot of older people are really blowing up on social media a lot. There is a lot of us that I follow. I'll give you another one, Betty. You guys are really you're doing really good. There's one, let me see.
So TikTok is the older people's platform.
TikTok is it. Yes. You guys are all on at him. Like honestly, you guys are really look at these. These are old ladies that have their own TikTok. They have learned how to they have really learned the app. You know what I'm saying? So older people it's old talk. I'm on Christian TikTok. Then they have you know, like here's another one that is you know, like this lady, she's, you know, she's an older lady. And come on now, play the video.
Here's a little Gen X brain teaser for you. I was an investigator for 26 years, and as I dive deeper into social media and Gen X, one thing has become very clear. We all lived remarkably similar lives growing up, despite the lack of digital connectivity back then. During our childhood.
Anyhow, she is, you know, so there's a lot of, he's another one that talks about Gen X stuff. So you have a lot of, your stuff can go really much further on TikTok, Betty, than it can on Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
Because TikTok is going to grow your followers a lot faster than Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, so I just need to set up on create an account on TikTok.
TikTok is the way to go.
Okay.
TikTok is the way to go for the stuff that you got. You have very simple videos, but like you dancing and stuff, like, you know, with you dancing and everything else, where you do good, Betty, is the fact that you're 65, but you don't look 65. Okay.
Right.
So going back to Betty's.
And so I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So for TikTok, when you're doing the videos. So for TikTok, when you're doing the videos, do they have like it to where you can edit it? Because you know how the videos look kind of choppy, like it's skipping over.
I do that purposely.
Okay.
So the reason why we do that is when we're recording, okay, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you exactly how you'll be able to see it. Watch this.
All right. But I did.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on.
And to stop. What, you wasn't even gonna stop and help him? I mean, Lord,
You see how it's
these are your best
right.
friends, these are your disciples. You weren't gonna stop? Oh, that is why you show yourself approved. You study the scriptures. Let me show you what it says.
So
at the beginning of the story, Jesus tells the disciples to get in the boat and go to the other side.
Stop.
He said, at first, I'm gonna go pray, and then I'm gonna go meet
you there. Stop. Did
Right.
you see how I'm stopping?
Yes.
The reason is why you stop after every point. It's kind of like syllables. Remember back in the day, they say, how many syllables does understand have? Understand, right? Okay. So that's 3 syllables. So after you say something, after that syllable, that's the next syllable. So if I continue to just talk and I'm telling you the story and my phone rings, or if you live in Centennial Hills or Aliante, you know that we're not too far from the Air Force Base, and you hear those fighter jets that are so loud, and even when you look in the sky, you don't hear it, and it ends up on your video. Right. Like, you hear it, it ends up on your video, right? Or you messed up, you know what I'm saying? Well, according to the book of the book of John, so I can edit those things very fast. And so at most videos that you guys see, that's how creators are going to talk. So that's now this is Katie. She's just talking, right?
Right.
So
4.9 miles, but today.
So hers is just talking, but let's try to find somebody that's a sponsored ad. So you're going to see that Who am I following? I'm following, oh, only 160 people. No, I don't want that. Okay. So, oh, here, I'll show you some. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you that everybody does. Okay, here's one.
I don't care what you plead the blood. I plead the blood. People don't even know what plead the blood means. Covered in
Those
the
are
blood.
takes.
Covered in the blood.
That's another take.
This the
You
blood.
seeing that?
And this is deep.
That's a take. You see it?
Blood, cover the blood.
That's a take.
Right.
He's stopping every single time.
Cover me and
Okay, so he's stopping while he's.
what thoughts are you having? Let me know what spirit is talking.
So
Those are
how?
takes.
Spirit urge me.
The reason being is because every creator is going to do videos that way. Because if I just did a 4-minute video and I messed up, do you know I have to start all over again? Or I got to stop the video and cut it and then speak exactly. So it's easier when you do it in takes.
Okay.
And so, I might be talking about this, and unless I'm doing something short, like I showed you guys in the beginning, why is it that a woman will train her son to be providers of women, but train her daughter? That's a little bit longer, but I memorize that, so I can keep recording that if I have to when it's short. Yes, Betty.
You answered my question.
Oh, okay.
Thank
So that's really the backdrop of social media, that you like, the behind the scene things of social media. A lot of the stuff, Betty, you are TikTok. For you, what is your name again? Monique, you're sponsored ads. You are sponsored ads for the book. You're sponsored ads for your public service that you do, and you're sponsored, and for your speaking engagements, you're Eventbrite. Miss J, you are Eventbrite for the thing. You are somebody put your phone on your thing on mute. Miss J, you are Eventbrite, and there's a lot going on, but I see that your page is consistent. I see that this is a business page. I hope that this is a business page. If it is not a business page, it needs to be a business page. As you see, mine is a professional business page. You see that? I don't have a personal page. The professional business page gives me a lot of analytics. As you see, between August 29th and September 27th, because we're in that period, because today is the 28th, we're in that period, my account has reached 928,000 people. My account was engaged by 102,000 people. I have 34,000 followers, and my content was shared 179 times. That tells me a lot in the past 30 days. Not even 30 days, because August 29th to September 27th is less than 30 days.
How do you get that information?
It's going to be right here where it says professional dashboard.
Okay, in your professional dashboard.
If you don't, only I can see that. If you guys go to my Instagram page, you're not going to see this. You're going to see a different look. You're going to see this whole thing without the professional dashboard. This is right there in the professional dashboard. Going to tell you, you're going to get the notification there that to invite you to be a creator after you hit your 10,000. It's going to be underneath your creator tools. This is where you're going to put in your W-9 information and all that kind of stuff. So they know that I'm really who I am, because I had to submit a copy of my driver's license. I had to do a W-9. It's all done in the app. Okay. You do the W-9 in the app. So at the end of the year, I will get a 1099 for all the money that I made to pay taxes on that or whatever. And so all of that stuff is done in app. You don't have to do anything, and it takes about less than 24 hours. It comes back and tells you that you're verified. And now that's something different from being the circle verification, like the little blue circle. That's completely different. That's called meta verified. And that's basically verifying that I am a real person. And, so that's really it. But that is, and just within that time frame, been an additional 400,000. You saw that it's been an additional either 40,000 followers since we just started. Because when I first looked at it, it was at 30. It was just exactly at the 34,000. So since we've been on live, I have earned 4,000 followers just in this past. This is every day. Okay, you see that? Because you saw it was at 40,000, 34,000 even. Okay, and so this is all the engagements that has happened since we've been sitting here. Okay, and followers and things of that nature. So it just, let's see, 6 shares from one thing that we've been sitting here. So that's kind of like how, but I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Tiff Shuttlesworth, evangelist.
Heather, this is Betty.
Okay.
So what?
Huh?
So once again, I have to reach 10,000 followers on TikTok in order for them to notify me to start getting paid.
Yes, but you got to build up your follower account before you can start getting paid. But on TikTok is way easier than Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram are different audiences. Instagram is the Chanel store. Facebook is Walmart. Okay. Or Instagram is Target and Facebook is Walmart.
Okay.
Seriously, your audience on Instagram your audience on Facebook are all thirsty, mostly. That's where you're gonna get people calling you on your DMs, unwelcomed calls. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunately, and I know I'm going live on Instagram. I mean on Facebook. I don't mean to be offensive, but Facebook is, I don't want to say garbage pail. I don't want to say the guppy. I just want to say it is the lower of the social media platforms.
Okay.
But it does give you so much versatility. You can write captions on there that you can't do on Instagram. Right. You could do pictures on there. And most people are going to engage with you more on Facebook because they are so careless that they'll tell you, hey, beautiful, and they'll put their phone number underneath there. Instagram is a little bit more sedity. Right. Instagram will watch you and not like your stuff. Mm-hmm. Facebook, they don't care. They're going to like you and they're going to tell you everything and then hop in your DM and then send you an explicit picture and call you. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Facebook will give you that love. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
What if I wanted to hit all 3? Can I just make one post and then post on all 3?
Betty, okay. You are not a YouTuber. I would not put your stuff on YouTube.
Okay.
You are TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, but your reach is going to be TikTok. You're going to do well on TikTok. You could blow up on TikTok way faster than the other 2.
Great.
In order for you to blow on Facebook and Instagram, they might see your post, but they have to follow you. Mm-hmm. You don't have enough on your page on Facebook to make somebody say, I want to follow her until you start doing videos that's going to cause people to want to follow you.
Right.
Less caption videos. You do less caption videos and more videos. If you go to my Facebook, I have more videos than I have caption videos. The only reason why I post a caption video is to kind of draw conversation. Those are conversation pieces. Is it back on? Let's see. I'll give you an example. How do I do this again? So then we'll wrap this up.
No, we need a part 3.
Okay, let me show you something right quick, which is important. For you, Betty, your thing is entertainment. for you, I'm gonna give you an example. This is Betty, and Betty don't look like the average 65-year-old, does she? She doesn't. She looks like Janet Jackson 2.0.
Right.
You know, a decade before Janet Jackson. She looked like what Janet Jackson gonna probably end up looking like, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She looked like Claire Huxtable a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she can definitely. At her age, she got a face that's gonna keep men interested. She show her body in her one-piece bathing suit,
Right.
but take it to the next level and put a two-piece on and see how you get it popping.
I done graduated from 2 pieces.
Thirdly, you have a great smile, and then also, you know, you shake a tail feather. I seen you dancing up on here. You got braids right here. You like, you know what I'm saying? You don't definitely look like. Look at you in your Chuck Taylors.
Hello.
You know, so it's you have this is you at 65. That's 5 years before 70.
That part.
You know, you're almost 10. So that is up in age, Betty. So
Tell me about it.
it is.
You look good.
But you look good. This is something that TikTok would love. But I want to just show you guys something real quick, because we're at now 117. You know, these are things that I catch people in. Say I love you without using 3 words. How hard? That's gonna be hard for you to not stop and put something in there, and then engage with each other. You know, where's another one? It's conversation start. If Diddy parties were freak offs, what the hell y'all think the Playboy Mansion was? Yet Hugh Hefner is an icon. I'm not in that conversation,
Right?
but y'all are going to engage.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's 117 comments. I'm not beating you over the head over with a Bible right now.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because at the reality speaking, you know, on a real level, we're not the Bible every day, all day.
Right.
Not until the New Jerusalem come anyways. So I'm not about to sit up here, but this is a good conversation. I got out of the conversation. I never commented. Now everybody else is commenting. They're engaging with one another. They starting an argument. Somebody they going. I didn't even read them. I don't know what's going on in that comment. I'll be honest with you. I haven't read it. I got 16 shares. It's 130 engagements, 117 comments.
I love that.
But it's a conversation piece, because we are here to converse. We are here to network. We are here to be engaged with one another. You know what I'm saying? So Betty, conversation pieces will be one good thing to bring attention to your page, but TikTok is for you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for teaching us this class.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So now you guys got a little bit of oh, I'm live on my Facebook. You guys got a little bit of my story. You know the niche behind it. You learned how when people our videos, they're the reason why we do them like that. There's cuts after every video you're gonna see about me is gonna be me talking, and then I'm gonna pause, talk and pause, talk and pause.
Okay, so
I pause.
So you speak and then you pause,
Yes.
and then you speak and okay, got it.
So this is how it is. So if I use real quick, if I use what is this, TikTok? If I use TikTok, I'm gonna do like this. So I'm gonna say, can you guys see that? Okay. So I'm gonna say, I woke up this morning at 8 o'clock this morning. But now I just said this morning twice, right? So now let's do it again. Let me just talk about my day. I woke up this morning and I had a really bad day. I need to pause that because I don't want to say, right?
Right.
Once I got up this morning, I went to go brush my teeth. I washed my face. I ran me some bath water. I checked my notifications and the house was peaceful. I need to stop right there because I need to now think. Now, unless I'm rambling and I'm like, first of all, let me tell you about the time I can do that.
Okay.
But if I'm really telling you a story, so I left off in the bathtub. I got my clothes together and I got myself together. I got my shoes ready. I found a purse. I changed my outfit a couple of times. I asked Alexa what the weather was going to be. You see how I just stopped right there? Now I got to go in and I might want to just change that part that said, I asked Alexa what the weather was going to be. I can now fix that part by going back right here and discarding that one little take. Okay. So now this is what it looks like.
This morning and I had a really bad day. Once I got up this morning, I woke up this morning and I had a really bad day. Once I got up this morning, I went to go brush my teeth. I washed my face. I rubbed me some bath water. I checked my notifications, and the house was peaceful.
So you see that. Now you see why the text. And so now I can add.
I woke up this morning and I had a really bad day. Once I got up this morning, I went to go brush my teeth. I washed my face.
Now this sounds like she about to say something, right? With that music, right? Okay. So if I did.
I woke up this morning and I had a really bad day. Once I got up this morning,
with that song, I might be connecting with you. You see that? So that is, I'm gonna get your attention. I ain't talking about nothing.
Right.
Okay. I'm not talking about nothing right now. I just talk but the music got you in. And you see the difference between the scary music and the God-inspired music?
Right.
The God-inspired music tells you she about to pull me in with a story. The scary music is what is about to happen. Oh my God. Yes. So right now, if I could do that very same beginning part and come with a twist with whatever. Did I save it or I didn't save it? And come with a twist and be like, and tell you a story, whether if it's true or not, and say, and that would have caught your view.
Right.
If I would have finished that video and posted it with 2 separate videos, one that's scary with suspense and talked about how, and then after that, somebody that was knocking on my door and I've been trying to tell this man to leave me alone. He kept, he keeps stalking me. Next thing I know, as I was in the tub, he came through my door, blah, 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 blah. And the next thing I know, I had a gun, blah, blah, blah. And I blew his head off.
Right.
And I just ended it.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is part 2? Is she in jail or whatever? Right. So you see how the song, now if I would have had no music whatsoever, they'd be like, somebody just talking about their day.
That part, yeah.
But I bet you if I posted that right there, even though I'm lying, because I could do this as a satire too. It's going to catch you. I could do part 2. They're going to be suspenseful. People can be like, what? And I'll be like, catch me up for part 2. And then normally when I do that, I don't post part 2 for a while. Because now they're going to follow me because they want to make sure they can catch part 2.
Right. And what did you just call it?
A satire.
A satire?
SATIRE. Like a, like a satire is, you remember in the newspaper and they used to have the Democrat and the Republican and it would be funny little stuff. That's a satire.
Oh,
we call it today memes in a way. Right. But the original thing is a satire where you're making fun of the situation that's really serious.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. So
like mocking?
Yeah. Remember.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they're making fun of something that's.
Okay, so is there a part 3?
We could do part 3. Next week I'll be in Honduras. I'll be gone from the 4th through the 12th. And then when I come back, we can do a part 3 if you guys want to. And
yeah, I just like for everybody to make sure that all their accounts are set up properly.
I think make it a challenge before part 3.
Okay.
It's just throwing it out.
Yeah, okay. You want to make
everybody to monetize and
okay. How about for part 3? You guys come, you guys on social media, you guys on Zoom, you guys all will set a date. Look out on my page for part 3 for this and how to monetize. And if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. And let's try to do some type of challenge. or whatever the case may be. And I think that you guys should probably send me your videos. And like I did Betty's, I remixed hers. And we agree that number 2 and 3 was better than the Trey Songz one for
Right.
that video. So I think you guys should do it. My name is Heather Ella Rise. Heather Ella Rise on all of my social media platforms, and send me your videos to my DMs and let me remix them for you. You put them on your page and then let me remix it and show you exactly what we just did today. And then you put my video on your page and let's see which one gets the most views. And that's how we can make money.
Sounds great. You
Can
froze.
I ask you? I'm sorry, Betty. I didn't mean to talk over you, but can I ask you? I was thinking about doing a travel video type thing. So, since you're going to Honduras, can you give me some examples on your travels?
Absolutely. Travel videos are the best videos, all the time. Travel videos are the ones. Travel blogging, that's one of the things that I do as well. I'll take a video, like when I did one in New York, I did a whole compilation of the videos. Compilation videos are good. My mom, I think, is on this live stream, and every year I do one for her, of her and her sister or family or whatever, and I put music to it. So compilation videos are one of the best videos to showcase your memories versus uploading 75 pictures of your vacation.
Yes,
It's better.
I'm a
Well, compilation.
flight attendant, so I wanted to, give advice on how to travel and this, that, and the other. So I want to see what you do so I could copy.
Oh, I did one recently for the flight attendants. As a matter of fact, the last time I traveled, the whole thing was for flight attendants. I had did a vlog, VLOG, which means a video blog, right? About telling people, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, and I stand 10 toes on this. When you guys travel, tip your tip your flight attendant and see how much your difference of your flight is going to change.
Really?
Tip
Take
them.
them a candy bar. Take them,
Tip them. I tip them
something.
gift cards. I tip them money. I tip, because like when you pay, let's just say when I travel, I like to get, I'll have a cup of coffee because I don't take like Benadryl and stuff like that. So I'll do a cup of coffee, but I put Kahlua in my coffee. So it gives me something that has me a little bit calm because it's
Mellow.
Kahlua and it's leveled, right? And so that's like $8, right? So I pay the $8, but I give my flight attendant a $10 bill as her tip. Every time I raise my hand, every time I need something, that she's servicing me. And normally if you have a couple bucks on you, I tip her every single time. It changes the complete trajectory of your flight experience. Everything that you ask for, and then they give you stuff for free because you're tipping them. And then, and flight attendants, I give it to my, when the pilot is standing right there, I give it to him just saying, thank you for getting me here safely and not being, you could have got drunk at that bar because you upset with your wife and crashed this plane. So I show appreciation to those people because, the people that are in tipping services, they live off of that.
Right.
I did an entire blog about that, and I showed, I had someone, I showed the difference between my experience traveling, tipping just my flight attendant, and then coming back. And I ended up getting on Southwest coming back. The same crew coming back. She was so happy to see me, and I came back with more money. You know what I'm saying? To give her. So that is something that you should always do: is tip your flight attendants. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like so excited.
Did she upgrade you to first class?
Huh?
Did she upgrade you to first class for waiting?
That was Southwest, so there was no upgrade. But when I did fly back from New York on Delta, I was upgraded because I told them that I didn't like it, so I upgraded to business class, and she had no problem doing it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I tell you, can buy a flight attendant with a bag of Dove candies. I'm telling you, they'll act like
flight attendants
appreciate.
They appreciate everything. You can give them. I give them cash and I give them gift cards, Macy's gift cards, Starbucks gift cards, Dave and Buster's gift cards, cash. Every time I give them another one. You know what I'm saying? Another person I tip is the people that's at the counter when you get to the gate and you say you want don't tip them to be like,
Another one of these dresses. This is
be nicer to other people
Right.
because they don't like being there. So it's the truth. They don't.
It's the truth.
DMV workers, county workers, none of these, they don't have good days. But you can really change somebody's day by just that.
Right.
So that is and you can do a blog on that and just show how your experience is on that. That's gonna get more views with that than you showing your feet at the pool.
I cannot.
Yeah. Or showing your margarita at in Mexico at Cabo. That's gonna get more views because that's something people don't know. Because people are on social media to learn something. That's the first thing. Google is losing a lot of money because of TikTok and YouTube. If I want to know how to, I fixed my water heater a couple months ago. I didn't go on Google. I went on YouTube. But before I went on YouTube, I went on TikTok.
Yeah.
How to fix the water heater? It's a GE, blah, 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 blah. And there was videos on it. And then I took the information from those videos and I put it into YouTube and saw a whole full thing and I fixed my water heater. And then I blogged about it and I did a video and then made money off of that and then put it on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, Google doesn't, they're losing a lot of money
because no one searches anymore.
No. Too many sponsored ads on Google.
That part.
Yeah.
Heather, so my TikTok should be Betty Phillips.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be, but I would make it something more derivative of your personality.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm cute. It would be I'm cute and I'm 65.
Right.
I wouldn't use Betty Phillips.
Okay, great.
I would use Betty Phillips on Facebook, but on TikTok, I'll be like, I'm cute and I'm 65. That would be my entire thing. I think that's what it'd be.
67 is sensational. 65 and sexy. I don't know.
Yes, I'm telling you, you guys are really doing some things. There's this lady. There's this lady that keeps coming up on my thing, and she's a previous let me see, hold on, 60, she's 70-year-old woman, gymnast. I think she used to be a gymnast, and she's black. I can't find her. I'll find her next time. But anyhow, that's you, Betty. I'm 65 and fine, something like that, or 65 made you look, something like that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's you. You're TikTok. You're not Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, 65 and on fire. I said 65 and on fire.
Oh yeah.
When I seen that, I was like, what, that would be something cool to do.
Yeah.
Different people together, different walks.
Yeah, the walk and stuff. Exactly, like the lady did.
Conversation.
Exactly. We should do. Okay.
Because I'm like with.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
Right around
so
the
yeah.
corner. Yeah. So
all
I'm
right.
always like all over. So
Yeah.
I don't mind.
That'll be good. So we can do that.
I'm down.
All right. So I think that concludes our social media monetization platform today. If you guys have any questions, I'll now end this live. And for those of you guys that are on